Crypto volumes have tanked, but Bitcoin prices look stable. This is the biggest question in crypto right now. What on earth comes next? I'm Joel Flynn. Welcome to the Daily Forkast, July the 18th, 2022. Analysts might spy a bottom in the Bitcoin bear market. There's two different stories for crypto venture capital. India is pushing to lead the global rulemaking on crypto taxes, and what is at stake for Ethereum as the merge edges ever closer. This is what's happening from Asia to the world.
Join thousands of NFT traders who already start their day on CryptoSlam.
Have we hit the bottom of the market? That is the key question for crypto markets this week as investors struggle to figure out what is going to happen next. Crypto trading volumes have plummeted to their lowest level since December 2020, according to Bloomberg. Spot volumes were down nearly 28% last month to $1.4 trillion. That drop-off has hit many major platforms, including Binance, OKX, and FTX. Analysts reckon low volumes will continue until crypto breaks out of the bear market. So when will that happen? Well, Bitcoin's price remains range-bound. It's been trading around the $21,000 mark as of Monday morning Asia time. While total volumes are down, though, the number of transactions has actually broadly remained steady over the last few months. Blockchain analytics firm Glassnode further said data about investors holding Bitcoin for more than 3 months also resembled previous market bottoms. Crypto startups are struggling to find funding. According to Crunchbase, venture capital investment fell nearly 26% year on year. A record $12.5 billion had been pumped into startups in the first 6 months of 2021, but this year that was down to $9.3 billion. Even though total investment is down, however, the number of deals has been increasing. This year, 534 were announced, compared with 456 in the first half of last year. The fall is also in line with VC investment we've seen everywhere. The total amount across markets was down 26% in the second quarter of this year alone. All of that suggests that while VCs may be wary of big deals in crypto, overall interest in the sector remains strong. Just last week, of course, we saw Lightspeed Ventures announcing it was launching a new team focused on blockchain and crypto innovation in the space. Meanwhile, could India be writing the rules on your crypto assets? Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is pushing for the G20 to share crypto tax information. She wants the exchange of tax data to be looked at by the world's most powerful countries. According to local media, she's claimed that crypto is being used to help evade tax. India's crypto market has taken a big hit this year after new taxes smash profits and transactions there. Meanwhile, over in the United States, lawmakers are demanding that crypto miners must say how much energy they use. That's after 7 of the largest mining companies were found to be using as much power as all of the homes in Houston. Senator Elizabeth Warren and 5 other lawmakers called that data disturbing. They said it showed, quote, crypto miners account for a significant and rapidly growing amount of carbon emissions. In May, industry lobby network, the Bitcoin Mining Council, though, claimed crypto mining centers are no different from data centers being operated by the likes of Amazon, Apple, or Google. There is, of course, much more on the latest moves on crypto regulation at forecast.news. Make sure you head to our website. You can also like and subscribe to this video for updates every day of the week. Ethereum prices have been jumping over the last week following one of the blockchain's last tests before the merge. Its move from proof of work to proof of stake in August has got everyone watching. Does it mean, though, a change in the definition of the blockchain and potentially its oversight as well? Let's get more from Annabelle Huang, managing partner of Amber Group. Annabelle, listen, let's talk about Vitalik Buterin, the Ethereum co-founder. Pretty vocal on Twitter last week about some of the technical definitions around whether or not Ethereum will now become a security. Do you think that debate is relevant? Do you think it's one that's been settled yet?
I would say the responses are technically definitely spicy, and it's interesting to see Vitalik taking a very, I would say, a very public stance on this. But I think, and I'm not a technical person myself, so I think technical debates aside, we're not extremely worried about regulation. I would say I think it's pretty clear, at least from the US perspective, where it's going. And I think the rest of the world, a lot of them will look to the US SEC definition of Bitcoin majors and maybe the other altcoins. And I think we are just closely monitoring where this is going. And I think everyone, all the participants in the market are used to changes at this point. So we'll just do what's necessary if there are changes coming forward.
Annabelle, let's talk quickly about Celsius. It's been trying to repay some of its loans in order to get access to collateral ahead of its bankruptcy filing. In particular, that includes collateral in staked ETH. Are there any concerns in the market, do you think, about Celsius potentially trying to unwind this position once the merge happens?
I think it's interesting. Some of the clients I speak to are actually looking for further DPEG so they can actually buy staked ETH at a lower price, and they don't mind the lockup. They can eventually, they know that they will be able to get one-to-one back to ETH once merge happens. So I think that's not too much of a concern. The only concern is people who need liquidity right now cannot afford to wait, and we need to sell at a discount, which would be unfortunate.
And in terms of the risks then ahead of the merge and the risks afterwards, obviously the timing probably not what everyone had imagined when Ethereum decided on this move to POS. Do you see any risks emanating from everything that is happening right now in terms of contagion moving into the merge?
First of all, I think people are probably more used to the delays at this point than not. And I think a lot of what was happening in the market, contagion happening in the market, is more sort of off-chain than on-chain activities. And I think hopefully we're coming to an end, and then everything will settle soon. And a lot of the sort of macro-driven conditions that are not specific to Ethereum at all, if anything, merge could be a positive catalyst, or maybe we'll see a little bit of decoupling from crypto versus the rest of risk assets.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Annabelle. That was Annabelle Huang, managing partner of Amber Group. Over in South Korea, with no end to a ban on play-to-earn gaming in sight, the industry is looking to overseas market for development. President Yoon Suk-yeol promised to overturn the ban early in his election campaign. However, that promise has been omitted from his final election manifesto, and nothing more has been done since then. Forecast Danny Park has more.
President Yoon also promised to enact regulations that would encourage an industry which is increasingly developing blockchain-based titles. However, one expert told Forecast the sector has been left speechless by the lack of action.
아마 대통령 입에서 나온 적도 없고 이제 문체부 장관이라고 해서 이제 간담회를 했지만 앵무새같이 신중하게 종합적인 접근이 필요하다.
In a country where the old guard is obsessed with improving academic grades and moving up in life, Kim says the government's negative perception of games remains. Despite the official apathy, gaming and esports remain highly popular in South Korea. In fact, according to estimates by the Korea Creative Content Agency, over 71% of the country's population are gamers. In comparison, just 65% of North Americans are into gaming. But while strict regulations on crypto and a ban on blockchain-based games introduced due to fears over speculative behavior remain in place, local developers are stuck with marketing such games abroad rather than at home. That's seen WeMade making its highest earnings in history last year with the success of its P2E role-playing game Mir 4 outside of South Korea. The company told Forecast that it had a global market in mind from the beginning for its blockchain game platform, saying that domestic circumstances will not be a reason to start or stop the business. Domestic market leader Nexon joined the race last month, revealing a project merging NFTs with its MapleStory RPG game, which has 1.3 billion players globally. Other big names including Comtus, Kakao Games, and Krafton have also announced plans to release more blockchain-based games in the near future. Professor Kim believes change could be good for the industry at home.
그래도 지금 장도 굉장히 안 좋지 않습니까? 이럴 때 우리가 시범적으로라도 서비스를 한번 해보는 거예요. 그러면은 수십 개의 게임들이 이제 서로 경쟁을 벌이겠죠. 그러다 보면은 이제 아예 자생적으로 퇴출되는 게임들도 나올 거고, 이렇게 해서 건강한 경쟁력을 갖추는 구조로 만들어 가야 되지, 문제가 있다면 제도권으로 잘 받아들이면서 진흥해가는 방향이 굉장히 필요할 것 같은데.
However, until there are fresh signs of a thaw in the official stance, Korean gaming majors are stuck with having to leave their home market hungry for change. I'm Danny Park, Forecast.
All right, that's it from us for today. Make sure you follow us on Twitter for the latest updates at Forecast_news. I'm Joel Flynn. I'll see you next time.